Hey guys! Welcome back to Let's Play Star Ocean 3. Last time, we finished up our business at the Shrine of Kadan, got the Sacred Ore, figured out where we're supposed to go, that being the ruins of Moselle. This time, we're going to get most of the remaining inventors. Unfortunately, there's one that will evade my grasp, but oh well. And then we will go and take a look and see what Albel is up to, again, for the last time. Now, I just want to go over some of the stuff that I bought. Mainly one of the bombs that Puffy built. You know, I mentioned before, there's R1, R2, R3, and R4. I think R1 and R3 do MP damage, and R2 and R4 do HP damage. It doesn't really matter. What we use these ones for is the reduction in defense and the stunning, more than anything else. I think these do more. They might do more or less MP damage than others. I can't remember off the top of my head. It doesn't really matter. Basically, just pick them up because they're cheap and they're really useful. Shielding device. I'm not actually going to get this. I just want to show what it does. It's invulnerable, but you can't attack, so it's kind of useless. I guess this would be really useful for getting battle trophies, but I like to attack while I'm getting my no damage battle trophies, so if you're having trouble, I guess this would be of value, maybe for some certain bosses. Now, beguiling device. This is actually useful. These refine, I think, up to 20 or 30%, if I recall correctly. However, this one, you know, buying them here for 18,000 is just a little too pricey for my tastes. I'm not going to do it, but it's there. We'll be able to item crate them ourselves later. I think we already can, since they're engineering items, machinery, so we'll do that when it becomes more pertinent, when we're actually buying things that are of some value. Now, where is it? There's one other item that I was considering buying, and why is it not here? Ah, there it is. The Strange Book, which we need to recruit an inventor. However, that's over 100 grand. I don't want to spend it, so I'm just going to buy... I also bought some healing items and stuff like that. But I'm not going to buy the Strange Book because it's just too much money. I'm going to item creation it. And in order to do that, we need to gain ourselves a new item creator. And as you can tell, I am back here in Hieroglyph. Am I going the right way? Yes, I am. And in here, if we go upstairs, I'm going the wrong way. There we go. No, I'm still going the wrong way. I know where upstairs is, honestly. And we need to talk to this guy. Count Noppen. Noppen. Now I'm thinking of Xenoblade. Oh well. Anyway, he wanted a particular book. Try enticing him with a lot of money. Yeah. Basically, yeah, he's a count, so yeah, he's got way too much money. But if you give him the money, you can recruit him. Now, this is more than, obviously, the 100,000 for the Strange Book itself, but I needed to recruit him anyway. So I'm going to put him to work. Okay, I was going to put him to work there, but I'll put him here for now. We're going to... Now I'm just going to go meet you at the shop there, the workshop, and I'll get the line set up, and we'll go make the Strange Book. Okay, we're back. Now, we have Count Noppen with a writing ability of 44, Michel with 35, and Fate with 34. That's pretty much our best team at this point. And we're looking for a value between 7,695 and 8,505. If you do that, unfortunately, between Noppen and Michel, they're like an additional 50% more speed, and they're really slow, so this is going to take a little while. Oh! Maybe it'll take less time than I thought. There we go. The Strange Book. Yeah, much cheaper than doing it the other way, especially considering I was recruiting Count Noppen anyway. Noppen, whatever, it doesn't matter. So, with that being said, we've now gotten the Strange Book, which is the requirement for recruiting Osman and Sage. Now, he is located up here in... Oh, geez, which, this one, maybe? No, that's the tavern, isn't it? One of the buildings up here. It's probably this one. No, that's a private home. Alright, where is it? I know it's around here somewhere. Maybe it's this one. It's the church, I think. The abandoned church. That's a private home. I should have looked up where this was to begin with. Oh well. No big loss, I guess. Me running around in circles. What's new about that? Ah, the abandoned temple. There we go. Knew he was around here somewhere. Osman the Sage. Show him the strange book. Sure thing, you can have that. What kind of research are you doing with that very strange book? Anyway, so yeah, we got him. So yeah, he's the best writer in the game. I'm not even going to comment on his little, quote there. Nope. Let's put him somewhere else. Let's put him there. Why not? Doesn't really matter. We'll be using him to do a little bit of item creation before too long, probably in the next episode. Maybe even in this one, but I don't know if I'll have personally time to do that today. Might have to do it some other time. Anyway, that's all I wanted to do here in Aryglyph. Other than that, I think the only other thing we can do now is do the logical thing. Let's go talk to Albel. Okay, we're back here waiting on Albel again. Now, you do want to prep for this fight because this is really not something you're meant to do right now. Now, the thing is, each time you wait to a different stage of Albel's, challenge, his HP and MP and levels increase dramatically. Now, during the first two, it wasn't much of a difference. This one, oh yeah, and he's much more powerful now. This is actually probably, at this level, one of the most difficult fights, you can do. So, let's just take a look at our setup real quick. It's not super hard, it's just a lot more hard than a lot of the other things we've been doing. I want to give him 2 bangles of accuracy, best armor, best weapon. And as far as skills go, I'm actually going to make use of something here, the convert damage. Now, it's way better to have it as preserve MP and take more HP damage, but I'm taking too much HP damage as is, so I'm going to preserve HP, which isn't as much of an advantage, but it isn't enough of an advantage to make it a little easier on us. So we're going to put that on. Make sure you use the square button to put that on. You don't just set it over here, you got to actually put it on. These are my HP MP levels, those are maxed. Attack and defense are up there. Now that I've maxed these out on most of my characters, I'm going to start working on attack and defense all the time. Let's see, you've maxed, you have not. I'll give you more HP when you level up again. Mel's finally maxed out her HP and MP, and of course, so have you. So, anyway, that's what that looks like. I'm going to skip the cutscene. Yes, skip is on because we've already seen it, so we don't need to see it again. And let's do this. How much more powerful can Albel possibly be this time? First things first, those stun bombs that we just bought? Yeah, look at that bonus gauge, 220%. He is not meant to be taken on right now. This lowers his defense and gives you a good chance to get the upper hand on him right now. Sidekick spamming is recommended here. His other attack, air raid, that I would potentially use at this point, is just too low on the startup time. I walked into that one. Now, be careful because Albel has a charge attack now, which is extremely deadly. And of course, we're gonna miss a lot because both of our attacks, yeah, that's really powerful. Now we, Eventually, I'm gonna have to use another bomb on him to stop him from pestering me for 5 seconds so I can heal. Yeah, you're probably going to want to heal, and I suggest using the Syrupy Potion because it heals both HP and MP. Now, wait till he starts his attack, then go in for the attack, because if he uses charge, he'll probably take you down another 500 MP worth of damage. Now he's done that, so wait for his attack. Go here, start spamming. Or not. Again, this is pretty much the strategy. Dodge his attacks because his attacks are at least somewhat telegraphed. As soon as he comes in, you know he's going to start hitting you with stuff. So there's that. Now I want to use another Syrupy Potion. Can you believe it? I actually have to heal. There we go. I didn't even fill up my bonus gauge. That's not a big deal.
I don't believe it. I won't believe it.
Now, one thing of note is you get 100% drop of the Boots of Prowess, the item I was talking about, which is the best item you can, item creation as far as crafting for an accessory in the game. You also get a lot of money. You know, I would recommend actually fighting this battle again, and I'm not sure, this one you might be able to repeat endlessly and not recruit him. I'm not 100% sure on that, but I'm going to fight the battle again, see if he's forced into our party or not. If he is, then we'll move on. If not, I might fight him another time or two to get some more money, and then we will move on, and I will meet you in Surfario, where our next recruitment can be made. Yeah, just don't let him come with you quite yet. And we're back. Actually, about 24 hours later, because I had to go to work before I could finish recording this episode. So, anyway, that's why I may sound different or not be in the same frame of mind as I was earlier in this episode. Anyway, this time let's go through and recruit the final 2 people that we can for now. Chilico, probably, well, not probably, the best inventor in the game as far as crafting goes, and one of the most useful because crafting creates accessories, and accessories are pretty much how you make weapons good, which, counterintuitive as that may be, is actually true. And all she takes to recruit is a whole bunch of money, which I will happily give her so that she can make me really, really good items. Yeah, so she's got... It's not even all that great of a crafting stat, but the main reason why you want to have her is because she exclusively can make a lot of items that no one else can make. So, is it this one? Get out of my way. Maybe it's this one. Try a different house. There's one more person around here. Nope, not this one. Alright, now let's try this one. Could be this one. I think it's this one. It is this one! Louise the Diviner. I guess she's kind of supposed to be like a witch or something. I don't know. Whatever. Yep, I will give you the money. She may be obnoxious. If I could speak, that would be beneficial. But yeah, she's just an old lady, and she has an awesome compounding stat. Where are my compounders at? You can go there for now. I'll move you around later. Blueberries, which I have full of. I don't need. Okay, whatever. Anyway, with that being said, since, you know, I had to go to work and got interrupted, when I did get off work, I managed to do a little bit of extra stuff that I wasn't planning on doing. As you can see, I've done a little bit of level grinding. Mainly just to get Albel up to snuff, and I've actually got Mirage up around where everyone else is. So we got 62, 62, 64, and 62, 61, and 52. So now, Albel is actually somewhat decent now. I also refined him a new leather there, so he's got a little more defense, not much, but... And I got him the Claw of Judgment. Now let's take that off there briefly. Now, the way you get this is through item creation, smithing. And you're looking for a value with the standard party, Cliff, Fate, and Gusto, between 5,890 and 6,510. It's quite useful. Another thing I did while I was off screen there is I patented a whole bunch of books. Well, I didn't patent them. But yeah, so a lot of the books that I made were, they all have pretty much the same value. Is that what I think it is? Probably not. No, I'm thinking something else. Boyd, the only thing that Boyd can create that no one else can create is an item for, or a weapon for Pepita. And so yeah, I was just thinking it was that, but obviously it's not, because that's for somebody else. That's for mages. There's that, and that I don't care about. Alright, so let's just start doing these. Now, most of these books have the same, well, all of these books have the same value. They have a value if you're using the party of, who was it? Osman the Sage, Count Noppen, and Fate. which is the second best party only by 1 point. Michelle has 1 more point than him. Then you're looking for a value between 1995 and 2205. And all of these kind of work in that same category, so I just made a whole bunch of them. If you take Count Noppen out and replace him with Michelle has a lower amount of a lower talent level, but it's not as expensive because he doesn't have such an increase in cost. Then your value is between 1568 and 1732. Now, the reason why I made all these books is just, well, off screen anyway, it was just because they take forever because they all overlap. They'll have exactly the same values, and so it's really annoying that way. You just have to kind of get lucky, and hopefully it won't do the same ones over and over and over again, which it tends to do. So with save states, it's a lot easier. Boots of Prowess we got last time from that fight with Albel before recruiting him. So that's nice. Got a couple of those. These are the things that I want Chilico to make more than anything else. Alright, let's turn that fast forward off there. And yeah, so I managed to get all of that stuff, and let's take a look at what those books all do. Let's see here. Usable items. Lots of books here. Let's see. Musty Tome. Train. I'm just going to give it to the characters I actually care about. The other two I don't, so... Dated. Loot item. Loot item is basically the steal. I have extra ones, so I might as well. Grumbling Tome. Increased stamina. Increased stamina is actually rather useful. So, I will go over what most of these things do in due time. Go. Let's leave those alone for now, and those alone. Now, increase MP, I believe, only can be used on mages. So yeah, only those two. As well as Quick Symbol. There we go. And what's this one? Max Fury. This one's actually quite useful. There we go. Damage Tome. Lucky Star. Now, this is pointless. I think this has to do with the battle trophy and nothing else, so let's see. I'm going to give that to you, and that's it, just because I don't care. Combat Training. Does everybody have this already? Yes, they do. Tattered. Convert damage. Alright. And Cure Condition. Alright. And I think that's pretty much it for the books. So, let's go over what all of these different books have taught us. Now, over time, we've gotten Cure Condition. I think I've kind of showed this off briefly. Weakens the effects of certain status ailments. Well, the only status elements. But lowers your defense, so I don't care for this. I'll just heal them when it happens. Convert damage, we've already made use of. Did I turn that off on Fate? I did not, so let's do that right there. And yeah, so we got the same anti-attack orders as before. Combat Training is awesome for those who need it. Now, the rest of them all show up here. Now, Max Fury has a chance of instantly maximizing your Fury while you're standing still. So you waste all of your Fury by attacking constantly, stand still for a second, bam, instantly got it all back. And it pings, gets a sound like you hit a critical, so that you'll know, oh, it's popped right back up, and you can go right back to attacking. Very useful. Best part about it is I don't know, maybe the chances of Fury maximizing increases by level, but it works well enough even at low levels that it's good. You don't have to dick around with it. You don't have to level it up like, critical hit, so it happens more often. And yeah, it's very, very useful to have. Now, let's see. Stun, we've already seen. Fear, we've already seen. Drain. Reduce the enemy's fury. I'm not a big fan of this one. We just got this one from the book. I don't care. I don't think I've ever used it. Loot item. Loot item is stealing in this game, and it's basically the way it works is it allows you to steal an enemy's dropped item if you knock them down. But the chances are so tiny, and it takes so long. Like, you can spend like 2 hours and get maybe to level 2, and as you can see, it only takes 9 successful steals in order to do that. It takes a long time to level up, and that basically you need to get it to like level 4 or 5 for it to be useful, and then even then it's only really useful in about 2 fights. And I will go over why when we get to that point. That'll be post-game stuff. But yeah, it's only really useful if you want to get a shit ton of money super fast. Let's see here. We got those. Increased stamina. If your expenditure is reduced by 30%, always active. I like this one a lot. Only 2 cost. Very nice skill to have. Excuse me. And this one, as you can see, we have the 50% on each of those, and then for only 2, we get 30% for either HP or MP damage. I'm not a big fan of this unless you pair it with something like Whirlwind, or what else would you pair it with? Whirlwind's a good idea because it's unknown. But yeah, so that's pretty much what we've got there. Did I get anything else useful? No, I'll have to get into a battle to show off some of the other things that I've ignored for the last little while. There is actually one enemy that I haven't shown off that is located down here. Turn on fast forward here. I know I said I wasn't going to show off all the enemies, and I'm not, but I do want to show off this one because it's looks like a former boss. There we go. Turn fast forward off. Let's run into this guy.
Here we go, guys.
Now, before we do anything, let's just go over not tactics, tactical skills. Now, things that I've gotten over levels that I haven't really used. Taunt, scan enemy reveals, you know, dropped items and stuff like that. I don't care. I don't think I've ever used that or that. You can turn combat training on or off during battle, so that's nice. You can change your aura during battle. Convert damage, cure condition, you can do those all during battle. You can change your equipment. Mostly things that I haven't done before, but I just wanted to show you that these are there. And yeah, that's what taunt is. And when we got taunt as a level up. Howdy. Now, I need to heal somebody because they got stoned in this fight. Where's my sage? There it is. You gotta be careful with this guy. He's not all that powerful, but he does give a decent amount of experience, especially with triple experience on. Anyway, with that being said, let's show briefly all of where my skills are at. So yeah, we've got maxed out, nearly maxed out on HP MP. He's still lagging a little bit behind, but he's behind level, so that's fine. Again, pretty much where you'd expect me to be at this point. But that's going to do it for this episode. Let's play Star Ocean 3. Next time, we are going to go over making use of these final 2 inventors. Now, I believe, if I check this real quick, signed everyone except for Puffy and Boyd. And I won't be getting Boyd in the game, and Puffy is not available until post-game, so we pretty much have all the inventors that we can get at this point, and I don't think there's any more available, so yeah, we'll get Puffy once we get into that dungeon post-game. Boyd we will not be getting, but I've shown you how to get him. And yeah, that's pretty much all for this one. Next time we'll be doing a bunch of item creation, making use of those new people, and yeah, so I'll see you guys next time.